Petroleum Engineering faculty is one of the largest faculties in the Polytech. The scientists working in different departments of the faculty are engaged in drilling of oil and gas wells, designing equipment for oil and gas and chemical industries, in geology, oil and gas field operations, pipeline transport, industrial ecology. Rosneft, Lukoil, Transneft, Gazprom, and other large companies are strategic partners of the university. All of them apply technological developments of Samara Polytech. I graduated from the Petroleum Engineering faculty, the Department of Pipeline Transport. Now I work in midstream operations. The level of training I got in the Samara State Technical University is sufficient and allowed me to plunge right into production. For example, one of the promising inventions is an intellectual deposit. It will allow one to carry out unmanned work and increase the oil recovery factor. 200 scientists of the Polytech work on this task, including 30 doctors of science. On one of these days, robots will perform all the dirty and hard work, and oil engineers will control them from a remote office. The sphere of ecology is expanding. To preserve the ecology of the region is considered to be a special mission of the Polytech. The university has won the regional contest Eco Leader many times, and there is good reason for that. There is a scientific and analytical centre for industrial ecology working on the basis of the university. Now, environmental concerns are a matter of great importance, and ecological issues are highly relevant and popular among the youth. The only thing we need is to teach adults to care about them. The pride of the university is a scientific school for waste recycling. The head of it is Dmitry Brikov, the rector. Environmental engineers working there have created an entire industry of saving natural resources and proved that industrial waste can also be recycled. This is very important because, on the one hand, we do not pollute the environment. On the other hand, we use a lot of resources which carry material and energy flows. Thanks to patents, inventions made by our scientific school help process over 1 million tons of industrial waste only in the Samara region. The Department of Organic Chemistry provides synthesis of previously unknown active substances. The department registered an invention of a new method for obtaining chemical heterocyclic compounds, which is of high demand in the pharmaceuticals industry. The substances obtained by the scientists have an active effect on the herpes virus, the influenza A virus, and malignant tumors. Young chemists received a grant from the President of Russia for these developments. The Department of Chemical Technology of Oil and Gas Processing for more than 30 years has been working on the development of catalysts for hydrotreatment of hydrocarbon raw material. Samara chemists invented a unique technology for the preparation of catalysts. Their composition and method of synthesis are proprietary products of the department. The scientists of the department won a mega grant of the government of 90 million rubles for the implementation of the project on thermodynamics and catalytics. Graduates of the Chemical Engineering faculty continue their scientific work at their workplaces. Their inventions move forward the production industry, the economy, and prestige of our region and the whole country depend on their current work. Paint coatings, galvanic chemical coatings, non-metallic materials like glue, sealants, resins, heat-insulating coatings, heat protection. This is all within the competence of a chief chemist. Not a single product of rocket space technology, be it a space vehicle or a rocket carrier, can do without our participation. Together with the graduates of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, the plants of the Samara region and other regions receive innovations and fresh, modern ideas. When we were students, we designed a foundry bay on paper. Within 4 years, it was constructed, a hydro-automatica plant. It was a large foundry bay able to produce 300 tons of non-ferrous foundry per year. Everything that was calculated by us, being students, all this was realized. It was exciting to see it and participate in the process, because I launched this production line myself. There are also new techniques for reverse engineering which were developed at the faculty. Thus, with the help of a 3D printer, scientists help restore cultural heritage sites. An exclusive line of souvenirs is also under development. The faculty also creates unique technologies for testing metals and invents new types of cast alloy products. You feel like an artist because you have a detail. You need to get a part blank for it, and soon you're creating like an artist, blending metals, thinking how to do the best of it. There is no wrong answer here. Each technologist is guided only by his or her imagination, his or her knowledge, and receives a unique detail. At the Department of Foundry Technology, metal diseases are treated without changing their chemical composition. Samara scientists have learned to manage the properties of metals, the inheritance of holy alloys, technology of genetic engineering. These are the topics of our international conferences. 8 conferences were held with the involvement of specialists from other countries. We publish scientific proceedings. We organize defenses of candidate dissertations. Our scientific trend is a priority in the world. The Faculty of Automation and Information Technologies is known far beyond the Samara region. It trains specialists in the field of information systems and technologies. There is a powerful scientific school for the management of complex systems here, headed by a world-renowned professor, Edgar Rappaport. A scientific discipline having unlimited prospects for development, completely without any alternatives significant for technology, labor-intensive, time-consuming, and besides, you cannot do here without in-depth knowledge of mathematics and physics. That is what I have been doing all my life. At the faculty, students are engaged in creating a line of underwater autonomous vehicles, a universal tool for studying the depths of the sea. Scientists and students together try to solve the task of integrated pipage monitoring. There is also a project for precision agriculture based on unmanned aerial vehicles that monitor crops. And there are lots of such ambitious and worthwhile projects. This is a glove joystick, a universal device for controlling any electronic device. TV, phone, your personal home robot, anything you like. I cannot say, guys, if you come to us, we'll not only give you knowledge and some competencies, we'll shape a kind of professional destiny for you, a professional path of further motion. Thermal power engineers compare themselves with astronauts. They must be able to make a split-second decision, and sometimes the life of entire cities depends on it. The rotor of the turbine rotates at a speed of 3,000 revolutions per minute, with the steam temperature being more than 500 degrees Celsius. The level of responsibility of thermal power engineers is also measured by outside figures. Therefore, more than half of the staff of heat-generating companies are people with higher technical education. Samara State Technical University is the main supplier of personnel for power engineering, including Novokubishevsk Thermal Power Plant. That is, they are here at this station, young staff. They have to come to replace those already retired. Most of them are Polytech graduates with a decent level of training. They are those people who really love electric power industry and want to work there. Scientists of the Samara Polytech, together with their students, are engaged in the development of a new generation of batteries based on thermochemical reactions. Our thermochemical accumulator allows us to accumulate thermal energy for a long time, for hours, for days, and maybe even for millennia. In the future, it would be very good to bring the installation to the point where everyone could use this thermochemical battery. In the internal combustion engine of the car, in the communal household, in the housing and utility sector. We'll go on working on it. Increasing the country's energy capacity by creating new types of energy. Building efficient solar power stations in the regions where there is little sun. Turning the blades of wind power stations. All that is done at the Electrical Engineering Faculty. World electric power industry is developing towards renewable energy sources. This is the transition from gasoline cars to electric vehicles, and in terms of electric power industry in general, to eco-friendly solar and wind stations. The wind generator designed by the scientists of the Samara Polytech is able to work under the conditions of light winds. It is based on an electric motor without bearing parts. where the friction is reduced to zero and its efficiency is increased many times. The most delicious faculty of the Polytech is the Faculty of Food Production Technologies. Beer, which is brewed at the Polytech, is famous for its excellent taste among connoisseurs of this drink. Students of the faculty carry out experiments on different beer brands. Later, these brands become the basis for new technological maps of operating breweries. Sparkling wine, calvados, ciders, juices and bread, ice creams and sweets. New tastes are created by students of the Faculty of Food Production Technologies. And here, science also allows us to solve the most unusual problems, preparing an edible package instead of traditional cellophane or sublimating products for use in molecular kitchens, in space, and in the Arctic are among them. The Samara Polytech is the father of domestic blue cheese. Here, professors and their students invented a unique technology for blue cheese production. This technology differs from the European one. At the same time, it allows producing the product of the highest quality. Today, a dozen grades of soft and hard cheeses are produced here. We only inoculate, add some biocatalyst, then mix it, and get a ready cheese head. Its taste depends entirely on the way we take care of it, how many times we turn it and wash it. The taste of cheese depends on this process greatly. Architecture, construction and design, engineering, creativity, creative approach. These are special training programs in the curriculum of the Joint Technical University. These programs are from the university with a reliable reputation and a glorious history. Each year, spectators and judges are amazed with their costumes, created by young designers for the Volga Region Contest, organized by Alexander Vasilyev. Young architects are developers of complex solutions for a comfortable urban environment. Scientists and graduates of the Faculty of Engineering Systems and Environmental Engineering, the Faculty of Industrial and Civil Engineering, and the Faculty of Construction and Technology form the elite of modern architecture. Polytech builders created a system of no traffic lights for traffic on the most congested intersections of cities. Today, the combined scientific forces of Polytech are working to realize the ambitious idea of building on the moon with a 3D printer.